Start a recession-resistant new career in the high-demand IT field with My Computer Career in just months. Already in IT? Build your cybersecurity skills and prep for thousands of open positions employers nationwide are desperate to fill. Attend classes live online or on campus, and financial aid is available to those who qualify, including the GI Bill. Make this your year. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. That's mycomputercareer.edu.
You might want to think twice before you turn up your thermostat on a cold day. That's because the cost to heat your home is up 35% over the past 2 years. A better solution is USA Insulation. Most people don't realize that heating your home is by far the most expensive part of your utility bill. Ordinary insulation isn't enough for a Detroit winter. USA Foam Insulation keeps the cold air out and your warm air in. It's like wrapping a coat around your home, and it can easily be installed over your current insulation. And there has never been a better time to insulate because the federal government just came out with an energy credit for up to 30% of the cost. And USA Insulation has low monthly payment plans that let you pay for the insulation over time as you are saving money on your utility bill. In fact, over time, the insulation pays for itself in energy costs. So call today to get ahead of everyone else with this new energy credit of 30% up to $1,200. 1-800-USA-FOAM. That's 800-USA-FOAM or USAinsulation.com.
USA Insulation.
In St. Pete, Clearwater, Florida, the fun extends beyond the beach because here the arts are alive, the food is al fresco, and the nightlife is electric. So let's forget the cold and find our place in the sun. Let's explore captivating collections at the Salvador Dali Museum and bask in bay views from the St. Pete Pier. Let's fill up on fresh cod cuisine and catch up over cold craft beer on rooftop patios. Day or night, let's shine. Plan your escape at visitstpeteclearwater.com.
For 37 years, THAW, the Heat and Warmth Fund, has been providing utility assistance to Michigan residents. If you can help a family in need, your support will help keep them healthy, safe, and warm this winter. Every dollar helps. Visit thawfund.org to donate today. That's thawfund.org.
The latest on your Detroit Lions. Download Necessary Roughness with TJ Lang and John Jansen today. Get it on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
We talk about a little college football, Dave. We've been doing pros and officiating. Let's do a little college. So we're like 7-8 months away from hearing this music again.
Yeah, from hearing the music, yeah. I mean, we got spring practice.
This will be the music of the Big Ten.
Not this year, will it? From 2024, right?
2024, yeah, 2024.
We got one more year, I believe, until we get this as the Big Ten on CBS. So here's what I wanted to do. I found a list of teams that we can talk about that could possibly become the next, I'm going to say, Michigan and TCU. And what I mean by that, what people don't understand, is a team that was under 500 this past season that can maybe take that leap into the college football playoff. Let's first start with Auburn. They went 5-7 under a first-year coach now, or they will have a first-year coach, I'm sorry. Auburn, could they be the next TCU?
Well, and so you're talking about teams that had a losing record the year before and then makes the college football playoff.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I mean, Auburn's always going to have talent. Now, the problem with Auburn is you share a state with Alabama. So, right off the rip, if you can't beat Alabama, then no.
Correct.
Then you got to compete with LSU, and
Correct.
you also have Georgia. But, once again, Auburn, filled with talent, they have it. Can they just get that next step and get out of their way?
And they have Hugh Freeze, who's been successful in the SEC before.
Freeze is you got to be able to score, and at Auburn you need a special player like Cam Newton. You need somebody that can take you over the top, and the fact that they kept Cadillac Williams on the staff, I think is going to help them with recruiting. So I could see it, but I don't think it's probable.
Let's move over to, and I think this team seems to come up every year. Or will they return? Will they ever be good again? It's Miami. Miami's coming off a 5-7 season. Yes, they still have Mario Cristobal, but they will have a new offensive coordinator. They've gone in the transfer portal, recruited some guys heavily because of NIL. So can Miami be the next Michigan or TCU?
They can. Miami's spending a lot of money. Miami is going the route of, we'll just pay the players. I don't think it's a sustainable route. I don't think it's something that can happen. But you're in the ACC. You only really have to deal with Clemson. North Carolina, no. Pitt, no. Like, a lot of teams rise up. Wake Forest is a team. If you can defeat Clemson, you can get in there. Miami is in a talent-rich state of Florida. I mean, Jimmy Johnson once drew a circle around the city of Miami and said that's the state of Miami. And he recruited it hard. He made sure that nobody left to go to any other place. Miami can get it done, but paying players to come there, that comes at a price, no pun intended. They have to play, or else they'll just take the money and run.
Yeah, just looking at it and thinking about it, since they're on the coastal side, they only have North Carolina to really worry about. So if you can get past, I don't know if you're going to, but if you can get past North Carolina, get to the ACC title game, I don't know.
And I don't think that North Carolina, I mean,
after May, what do they have?
Yeah, this year, yeah. But other than that, yeah, it's something that could happen.
Let's go over to the Big Ten. Not the team you're thinking about. Let's go over to Nebraska. Nebraska is in the Big Ten West. They have Matt Rhule, who is going to be their next head coach. Coming off 4-8 season, can they be the next Michigan or TCU?
They could. Of the three teams that you said, them and Miami right now would be the leaders. Now, Miami, they're paying a lot of players, but Nebraska, you're in the Big Ten West. Now, the new teams don't come for another year. I think Wisconsin is going to take a step back. And Matt Rhule, with NFL experience, should be able to get a lot of kids to come there. I can easily see that because there's talent there. Matt Rhule's going to be able to go back and recruit Texas and Oklahoma the way Nebraska used to win. Being that he has now ties there with the high school coaches, he's got NFL experience. Yeah, I can easily see Nebraska being that team because if you could go, I mean, depends on who your crossover games are this year. I don't know what their schedule is. But if you make it to the Big Ten championship game and you're undefeated, you may get that fourth spot if you lose to a Michigan in a close game.
So crossover-wise, they have Michigan. They have...
Where's the Michigan game?
That is in Lincoln.
Okay, right there. If you beat Michigan in Lincoln, and Lincoln's a tough place to play, you beat them because all roads to the Big Ten go through Ann Arbor. I hate saying that, but it's true. You beat Michigan, then yeah, they could easily do that.
Yeah, they go to Michigan State, and they host Maryland. So that would be their free crossover game. So the next school on the list, now, I don't really think they have a shot. They have had a ton of transfers, and I'm not quite sure what they'll look like next year, but they were 5-7. It is Texas A&M.
Nope, they're done. Stick a fork in them. Texas A&M has talent. They have more talent than anything. I don't think Jimbo Fisher can get out of his own way.
There it is.
He's got a lot of pressure on him, and I don't know who they have there because at one point, I think they had 26 or 27 kids in the transfer portal. Heck, one of them ended up at MSU. They are why I caution Miami and Oregon and any team that thinks throwing money at players will instantly turn you around. Texas A&M had the #1 recruiting class, and a year later, most of those guys cash those checks and hit the portal.
Would Bobby Petrino at offensive coordinator help them at all?
I think
significantly, I
think Bobby Petrino was brought there for one of two reasons. Either A, because he's an even bigger screw up than Jimbo, and he can take some of the pressure off, or he's just the coach in waiting. When you fire Jimbo in the middle of the year, you got Petrino who can step in there and keep this thing afloat and kind of audition for the job. Petrino's going to bring offense, but yeah, they're in the SEC and they have not competed. They got the players, but no. Of the 4 teams that you said, that's team number 4 that I think can make it. Nebraska right now, I still got number 1.
And then let's finish it off with the 5th team on this list. Right in our backyard, they dropped to 5-7 this past year in the Big Ten. It is Michigan State.
Really?
Michigan State is the number 15 that they say could possibly be Michigan or TCU.
Number 5th?
Yeah. Number 5th, yeah. Number 15, yes.
For Michigan State, it really boils down to the same with Nebraska. You get Michigan at home. If you beat Michigan, in years past, it used to be if you beat Ohio State, all bets are off. You get Michigan at home. Tucker's had success against Michigan. Can they, it's going to be a revenge factor. I'm sure it's going to be a lot of anger and holdover. That game's going to be a big noon kickoff. You already know they'll never play again at night because of the fight tunnel situation.
Oh, for sure. You're right about that.
For Michigan State, you brought back a lot of your defensive players, especially in Brule and Windman. That was the equivalent of landing 5-star players. That was the equivalent of hitting the transfer portal, hitting the home run. Now, they did get the running back out of UConn that they're hoping could be their next Kenneth Walker. But David, they got to be able to score points. And you saw the difference. When Walker was there the year before, they were exciting and they were fun. If they can't run the ball, then no, they're not going to go. But I think
they would be ahead of Texas A&M on the list, though.
Everybody would be ahead of Texas A&M. Nebraska, I still think, is there. Miami would have the talent. Michigan State, can you score points? Plain and simple. Your defense kind of did their job.
Got the job
opened
opened
up.
up.
Did when it came to scoring points and just running plays, and you had okay players because with no running game, Peyton Thorne looked below average. And he has no Jaden Reed this year. So we'll have to wait and see. He's got Keon Coleman. But of those 5, if I had to put money, I'd probably put it on Nebraska.
So do you ever go Nebraska, you say Miami, Auburn, Michigan State, Texas A&M?
No.
Neck and neck with Auburn and Michigan State, maybe?
I would probably put Auburn and MSU together.
Got you.
Because both could do it, but they need some help. Auburn has to beat Alabama.
Right, same boat. They got to win
Michigan State has to beat Michigan. Now, they get them at home.
Photography trip
but
yesterday
A&M
sucked.
dead last. Dead last. I'd put Wayne State before I put Texas.
Alrighty. That was fun to talk college football. That is your college football blitz.
Here we go.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
From the WWJ AM 950 Traffic Center, still have a crash closure and cleanup 696 eastbound at DeQuinder. Drivers not backed up right around Woodward. You can still use a mile road as an alternate. 75 heading northbound has a couple of issues. Right around 11 Mile, there's a disabled vehicle at the exit ramp. Also, new crash blocking the left lane. Traffic backed up from 8 Mile. And Groesbeck northbound at 12 Mile in Roseville, an accident blocks the left side. I'm Michelle Pena with traffic.
Northville Lumber is Michigan's largest Trex decking dealer. Builders, remodelers, and homeowners love to buy more Trex decking and railing from Northville Lumber than anywhere else. Northville Lumber has the best products, the best selection, and the best price. Northville Lumber is the place to buy Trex decking and railing. As low as $1.59 per foot. No one can beat that price. Professional builders and remodelers, no need for special orders. Northville Lumber always keeps it in stock. Call Northville Lumber now at 248-349-0220 or visit northvillelumber.com.
Instead,
this is for the men who never settle, the ones who believe only quitters end the game in a tie. The type of guys who choose the bar with the biggest TVs to overcompensate for theirs at home. This is the Lodge mentality. This is Twin Peaks.
Let Twin Peaks help you turn up the heat with a bowl of brisket chili or green chili chicken soup to celebrate National Soup Month. So swing by your favorite lodge and enjoy some brisket chili or green chili chicken soup. Twin Peaks, eats, drinks, scenic views.
For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering professional-grade industrial supplies, plus real-time product availability and access to experts ready to answer your toughest questions. Call clickgrainger.com or just stop by.
when it hits
Grainger, for the ones
first
who get it
job.
done.
was off of
Here at
Richardson.
NerdWallet, we often see
and
people
off
wrestle
of
with
Martin
financial
between
decisions.
Mike is
Richardson
in the
and
ring,
Oakley Park.
up against his nemesis, Indecision. Mike can't decide the best way to save his money, and Indecision has him boxed in. But wait, Mike tagged in NerdWallet.
Woo, let's go. With NerdWallet side-by-side comparisons, you can find a high-yield savings account with interest rates that earn more bang for your buck. So the next time you wrestle with a financial decision, you'll come out on top. NerdWallet.
Total
the
jobs.
decision for all your financial decisions. All year long,
Yard.
Odyssey celebrates the 50th anniversary of hip-hop by covering the milestones, saluting the history, and honoring the impact of the beat that created a global phenomenon. With hip-hop made. Download the free Odyssey app right now, or go to odyssey.com/hiphopmade to listen to the music and the podcast that celebrates 50 years of hip-hop. And join us all year long as we celebrate the milestone on the Odyssey app. Hip-hop made.
Are you tired of exposing your retirement to stock market risk? Call
Backfill
855-412-SAFE. That's 855-412-7233 for your complimentary Safe Money Book and join Joe Upflager for the
Total
Safe
Jobs
Money Radio
Scouted.
Show, Sundays from 7 to 8 a.m.
This hour of instant feedback brought to you by Mike Capura of National Benefit Plans. For affordable health insurance,
17.
log on to nbphealth.com.
Breaking news on 97.1 The Ticket is presented by BetQL. Smarter bets start with BetQL.
It just turned way past 4:03.
today.
All's good.
HD1 Detroit.
Now we can start rolling again.
Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Let's do it.
I am here to stay.
I actually
What is up? Tired.
You thought I was a man.
Or it sure does. This cold weather. I know. Got long ways before spring arrives.
A Lifetime original movie, Wendy Williams. Premieres Saturday, January 30th at 8. Only on Lifetime.
It's so sad that that's actually a true story. And Roberto didn't really embellish that at all. I really have. I'm the set of Fox 2 News in the morning. This is before she was like really good. That was my job, David. You don't get siren for doing your job.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I slipped.
You had some breaking news or some news. I don't know if it's breaking news.
Yeah, a little bit of news here for the NFL. So, not official that D'Amico Ryans is going to be named the head coach in Houston, but San Francisco's acting like it is because San Francisco has requested permission to interview former Panthers interim head coach Steve Wilks for their opening or expected opening at defensive coordinator.
I mean, I think that that's a win-win for both. For Wilks, he should have had the job. He was given nothing. They took away all his toys, and he had the Panthers in consideration of the playoffs past Christmas. He was a dead man walking. No matter what happened, he was never going to get the job. And you want to be a head coach in the league, become the San Francisco 49ers defensive coordinator. You're getting a head coaching job. Look at what you have to work with. You simply got to motivate these guys to go out there and get it done. They're going to make you look great. So, good for them.
What's crazy about it, though, is that they still have to seek permission to interview him because he's still under contract with the Panthers. So it would be a bad look if the Panthers denied permission.
Right, you know, the Panthers, they'll probably say, well, we need compensation. No, you don't.
Oh, you sure don't.
We'll just wait outside for garbage day when we drag him out there. Don't do this to this man, because you're not bringing him back. We've been talking a lot of stuff. Any ticket text from the past couple hours, anything that we missed?
Oh, yeah, a lot of stuff coming in. Someone says average salaries of NFL referees is $205,000. They absolutely should be held accountable. We need to hear from them more often, or at all, they say. Rico, I understand the accountability part, but what's the point of hearing from a ref regarding a bad call? That won't change the outcome, and it won't satisfy you.
It won't change the outcome. It won't satisfy people. But if you're open-minded, maybe you see why the ref made the call. And in the future, the ref knows I'm not protected by, this anonymity. I got to actually go in front of the people I need to make sure I do my job. And I'm no longer this faceless person. So it does put pressure on you. It's why we often say, somebody may be a good quarterback in college, but they can't make it in the pros. You may be a good referee, but when the lights are bright, can you be a great referee? And this is going to put the pressure on. But they get it's year-round. I'm talking training. I'm talking off-season. I'm talking about, like the one caller said, working with the media and taking classes and how to answer questions and how to not throw your fellow referees under the table, but admit, yeah, you know what, I made a mistake. Because let's face it, that's why they are there to tell us why you made that critical call. So rather than, the Twitter detectives going out there and speculating, why not just hear from the horse's mouth? Hey, on this play, why did you end up giving the Chiefs 5 downs? Why couldn't you just blow the whistle and stop the play? I want to hear that answer. No, it's not going to change the outcome, but at least you're owed the answer of why. And it could be, like when the Lions and Caldwell played in Seattle, and when the ball went out, hey, that was on your coach. He didn't know the rules, okay? Or the Thanksgiving Day game when Schwartz throws the flag. If I'm the ref, I'm like, hey, we were about to reverse it.
We tried to explain it to him.
We tried to tell your coach, but he was grandstanding for the crowd. So you know what?
That was the way we just came this morning.
We can't do anything because yourself.
That was the way we just came this morning.
That's true.
Now, I have a few Michigan State texts coming in, and then I have a question regarding Michigan State for you. First text, Thorne is done. We need to move on. I guess that means he thinks they have no shot to become the next TCU. And then someone has a question, did Sparty get a kicker?
They actually did. They got a kicker, I think, from North Carolina, and they got another kicker from someplace else. I don't know what they're going to do.
You won't know until you get out there, right?
I'd be honest with you. I haven't gone to the kicking combine. The kicker they got from North Carolina can kick the ball and get touchbacks. I think he kicked one field goal. So I don't know how good of a field goal kicker he is. And I think they have another walk-on or a freshman coming in that they think could be that guy or transfer. They got another kicker. We got to wait and see. And I've all, and maybe it's just too easy to say, just go get somebody from the soccer team. It must not be that easy because teams don't do that. But yeah, the fact that you somehow have 85 people on your team, 105, including non-scholarship players, and not one person can consistently kick a ball through, that's a fireable offense, in my opinion.
Well, see, and that leads me to the question that I have for you because, of course, yes, we know the kicking issues that they had, and it doesn't seem like they fixed that issue. But then you and Mike also talked about coaching changes as the season was going on, and they were losing, and they were looking bad. And Mel Tucker was quoted as saying, after signing day, the quote I forgot he said, he says, I haven't planned to make any changes. There's always opportunities for guys. I never want to try and hold anyone back if they have another opportunity to better themselves, but I don't plan on making any changes at the time. Well, that was then. This is now. Hasn't made any coaching changes.
Well, I think it was DeMarco Coleman left and went back to Georgia Tech.
But he didn't make changes at DC, didn't make changes at OC. Is that a concern, or should that be a concern for fans?
You know what? You asked me this, and we're up against it.
I know. We'll get to it.
How about this? I'll answer that question next. Because David wants to be a jerk today. 97.1.
Let me tell you about someone who knows what they're talking about. Auto accident injury attorney David Feminini. Handled nothing but auto injury cases his whole career. He will handle yours, and he won't take a fee unless you get paid. He's gotten results for over 25 years. Go to getdavidgetpaid.com. Get the details about David and his team, or call him 24/7 at 855-65-CRASH. That's 65Crash.
This holiday, whether
We'll
you're
check
making a
that turd
Kroger
out.
Simple Truth Turkey
See
for
if that
40
turd is
or a
open.
Murray's Baked Brie for 2, Kroger has fast, fresh delivery and free pickup, so you can make holiday meals that bring you all together to create memories that last. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Free pickup on orders of $35 or more. Restrictions may apply.
Getting more ways to save at the Buy 5 or More Save $1 each sale. Just buy 5 or more participating items and save $1 each with card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
I thought learning a language would be too much work. Then I discovered Babbel. They make learning fun. J'aime Babbel.
Babbel's lessons only take 10 or 15 minutes. Quick and easy. And soon, you turn and realize,
I'm sure it's open.
hey, I'm starting to speak another language. How'd that happen? Como si fuera magia.
My friend
Yeah,
from Italy said
sure
my
the open
accent and
sign's
pronunciation
on.
is perfect. It's because Babbel's lessons are designed by language teachers and
We tried
voiced
going to
by
the one
real
in
native
Beverly Hills,
speakers.
but
Each lesson
it
is
was
like living in
closed.
another country for 15 minutes.
I love that there's all kinds of ways to learn. Babbel's podcasts or games or videos. You can even join live classes with a language teacher.
You learn words and phrases you actually use in real conversations.
In 3 weeks, I was starting to speak in another language. So easy.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than Babbel.
Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com. It's not easy being the one everyone counts on to keep your operation running, no matter the weather or supply chain hiccup. But we get you, Raymond in Buffalo, Maria in Miami, and Jules in Troy, taking control of everything that's under your control. At Grainger, we're here for you with high-quality supplies for every industry, plus real-time product availability and access to experts ready to help. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Streaming only on Peacock. From the mind of Ryan Johnson, the writer-director of Knives Out.
Miss Gale, you've got this gift of always knowing the truth.
I only know if something is alive. The real trick of it is to figure out why.
Natasha Lyonne is Charlie Cale.
It wasn't an accident. I think there's been a murder. You watch too much Dateline.
A new 10-part mystery series.
Wolves on my fender. I gotta keep moving. I've been kind of a death magnet.
Poker Face. Streaming now only on Peacock.
Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if a prescription is appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information. Subscription required.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 90% cheaper? And you can get it online? Go to 4hims.com/joy. At Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation and discreet shipping if prescribed. You'll love your results. To start your free online visit, go to 4hims.com/joy. That's FORHIMS.com/JOY.
Tonight, mainly clear and bitterly cold, low of 7 above. Weather brought to you by Staples. Staples stores are a new world of possible with innovative tools for small business and remote workers and learners. Explore more at your local Staples store or staplesconnect.com.
I wonder what's going into the old pillars.
Call the G Las
Where the old
Vegas
Farmer
97
Jack's
and
used
ticket
to-
studio
where
line.
Farmer Jack's used to be.
539-9797.
Where the old Farmer Jack's was.
The home for Detroit sports in Vegas.
97.1 The Ticket would like to remind you that when you text the ticket, standard text messaging rates apply.
Old pillars. I think the old pillars.
David doesn't like me. He likes to hit me with garbage cans right before a break. So ask your question again.
So Tucker
Where
was just
Farmer
quoted,
Jack's
he was
used to be.
quoted saying he hasn't planned to make any changes. Of course, he will not stop guys from they have an opportunity elsewhere, but he hasn't made coaching changes. And I know that was one thing that was, discussed by fans. Got to change the DC, OC. Something had to change, and he hasn't made any changes. Is that a concern, or
No,
should
Kroger
it be a
leased
concern?
it.
I think?
Well,
Kroger,
no,
I'm
not
pretty
really,
sure
because
leased
fans
it.
were lathered up. The coaches don't really follow what fans want because fans want it all. And the second you make a bad call, this coach is horrible, get rid of him.
Not sure what's
I've
going
been
into
saying the whole time. He's not firing
into the Hillers
Jay
Plaza.
Johnson, the OC. He's
Where,
not going anywhere.
Where Farmer
DC
Jack's used to be.
The offense struggled bad.
The offense struggled, but I think a lot of the offense struggle was because your offensive line was bad.
Fair. That's
and
fair.
As you see,
It's professional. Lions have a good offensive line. You can put anybody in the backfield, and they look good. I told people 2 years ago, guys, that's all Kenneth Walker. That ain't the O-line. Walker is the guy getting all those yards. So when you don't have a dynamic back, you're limited with your plays. Now, Jay Johnson wasn't going anywhere because Jay Johnson, he's their main recruiter. They came in with a top 20 class. A lot of those guys came in because of Jay Johnson, so you're not going to fire him. And I guess technically the last signing day is tomorrow. But I would not expect anybody to get fired. The defensive coordinator, he actually changed the defense. I'll give him credit, and I said it during the season.
Hazelton, you're talking about.
Scotty Hazelton said, my defense is not right. I need to go back and fix it. I need to simplify it. And when it was supposed to fall apart after all those players got suspended, it got better. Because he had to simplify it because he was playing freshmen and guys who didn't have a ton of experience.
That's giant.
It was better. It
wonder
was.
what's going into
and it's
the
kind of
old
like
Pillars
Aaron Glenn,
Plaza.
where you can't take away the start of the season when you were dead last.
No.
At the
That's
end of
been
the year,
vacant for a long
You
time.
know what? I got to give you credit.
Well, that's what I was about to ask.
Farmer Jack's
You couldn't
used
get
to
any
be.
worse than they already were.
No, you
So
couldn't.
is getting better that much of an accomplishment for him?
Yeah, it is, because Hazleton is just not. He hasn't been able to bring it on the defense. If Michigan State's defense would just be a top 60
For center standard time.
top 60. If they could get to top 60,
They would be a competitive ball game in all the games. I get what you're saying, but don't you think sometimes...
But you're in triple digits every year.
They were garbage.
Yes.
I could have gone out there and they would have done no worse.
When MAC teams are out there giving you a hard time, you're not doing too well.
No.
Yeah, Western was doing some things.
Shut up, Dave.
Yeah, David had his David had a little Bronco helmet on, like, yeah! Singing their fight song, whatever that is. Little foam horse head, yeah. So
now, don't you think? Okay, so coaches are stubborn. They're stubborn people in nature, I feel, and they also are very stubborn on their beliefs. Is this Mel Tucker going down with the ship, retaining the guys, and not willing to make a move, or should we just stop listening to what people are saying on Twitter and basically that's the only
and just
people that
trust Mel Tucker in whatever decision he makes?
Because I kind of feel you have to trust him right now.
Now here's what I did say, and I'm gonna stay consistent with this. If Mel Tucker if he basically fired a coach, that would have extended it. If he got rid of.
We haven't had Jimmy
either
Johnson in a
Hazleton
long
or
time.
Jay Johnson, that would have bought him a little time. This is a make or break year for Mel Tucker. Like it or not, he can't go out there and miss a bowl game. He can't go out there and qualify for the Quick Lane Bowl.
Going 10 miles an hour.
They have to go at least 8-4, 9-3.
Probably looking at his phone, I guess.
Progress. Now, I don't know how he gets there, because I know a lot of people are all about the next quarterback up.
Begging to get into
Stick
an
with Peyton
accident.
Thorne. I don't know. But you're going to have to win. Because you didn't fire anybody. You're taking all the smoke. Right here, right now.
Shouldn't be texting and driving.
And we were having so much fun, but there is some NFL breaking news that we have to discuss. Adam Schefter reports Saints and Broncos are finalizing compensation. Returns for the Super Bowl winning head coach, Sean Payton.
Let's get around this guy.
Sean Payton will and is expected to be the next head coach at Denver. Here's a potential package. Denver's 2023 first round pick and next year's second round pick. Or a Denver first round pick next year and a 2023 fourth round this year.
Plus, I didn't think never had a first round.
They have the Bradley Chubb Miami one, right?
Correct. Yes.
Wow. Well, you know what?
First
that
day
answers
back
question
at the
from
grind.
5-star zone. Will Denver have a coach by this time next week? Yes, they will.
It sure sounds like it.
So
And it won't be. So are we done? Are we done with the whole Harbaugh stuff?
Yeah, I guess
Has
that's
he
it now.
officially run out of options?
This was his.
Okay.
Well, I guess it was his only option. I don't know if this was his only option.
So now
it's over.
Now he's coming back in the door at 4 o'clock in the morning, smelling of smoke cheap perfume and stripper glitter.
And he's like the Budweiser.
Why not? Where you been? You don't want to know. Stripper glitter? Right.
What's all that glitter on your face for, Jim?
You don't want to know. Okay?
Oh, I got a birthday card. It just came off on that.
Just know that I'm back until this time next year. Okay?
Well, Indy hasn't hired a coach yet.
Correct.
So, you know what? Stop.
Neither has Arizona, but Arizona was talking with
right in front of the black truck.
So, wow.